The 10th time's the charm. Apple Watch Series 10 first impressions. Apple just dropped the Series 10 and you know I had to get my hands on it. First look, it's sleek, it's familiar, but does it pack enough punch to justify the upgrade? Let's dive in. Unboxing this thing, you get that classic Apple experience. Clean, minimalist, and premium. The watch itself feels incredibly well built. The display is as crisp as ever, and the new band options are fire. But let's be real, the real magic happens when you strap it on and power it up. Initial setup is a breeze, especially if you're already plugged into the Apple ecosystem. First impressions? This thing feels fast. Apps load in a snap, the UI is buttery smooth, and the new S10 chip is no joke. Apple's clearly put a lot of thought into the Series 10, and it shows. But is it a game changer? Let's break it down. Stay tuned. Okay, let's talk upgrades. First up, the display. Apple's bumped up the brightness and it's noticeable, especially outdoors. Reading notifications in direct sunlight, not a problem anymore. They've also slimmed down the bezels even further, giving you more screen real estate without making the watch itself any bigger. It's a subtle change, but it makes a big difference in terms of usability. Next up, the S10 chip. This thing is a beast. It's the fastest processor they've ever put in a watch and it shows. Everything just feels snappier and more responsive. Apple's also made some major improvements on the health and fitness tracking front. The new heart rate sensor is more accurate than ever, and it can even detect early signs of atrial fibrillation. They've also added a new blood oxygen sensor, which is a big deal for athletes and anyone who wants to keep a closer eye on their overall health. And let's not forget about the new fall detection feature. It's a literal lifesaver. Apple's also made significant improvements to Watch OS, the software that powers the Apple Watch. Overall, Watch OS 10 is a major step forward, and it makes the Series 10 even more compelling. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is the Series 10 a huge leap forward from previous generations? The answer, like most things in tech, is a little complicated. If you're rocking a Series 8 or 9, you might not notice a massive difference. Sure, the S10 chip is faster and the display is slightly brighter, but it's not a night and day upgrade. However, if you're coming from a Series 7 or earlier, the Series 10 is a significant upgrade. The faster processor, improved display, and new health sensors make a big difference in terms of both performance and functionality. Plus, you get all the latest watchOS 10 features, which are pretty great, so should you upgrade? It depends. If you're happy with your current Apple Watch and don't need the absolute latest and greatest, you can probably hold off for another year or two. But if you're rocking an older model or you're simply due for an upgrade, the Series 10 is definitely worth considering. It's the most advanced Apple Watch yet, and it's only going to get better with time. Section 4, Design and Functionality, a closer look. So let's talk design. The Series 10 retains the iconic square-shaped design Apple Watch users know and love. It's sleek, it's modern, and it just works. The digital crown and side button are still present and accounted for, and they feel as tactile and responsive as ever. The back of the watch houses the redesigned heart rate sensor and blood oxygen sensor, and it sits flush against your wrist for comfortable all-day wear. One of the best things about the Apple Watch has always been its band system, and the Series 10 is no exception. You can swap out bands in seconds, and there's a huge variety of styles and materials to choose from. In terms of functionality, the Series 10 is a true smartwatch powerhouse. You can make and receive calls, send and receive text messages, control your music, track your workouts, and so much more. The possibilities are practically endless. Section 5, not perfect, but close addressing the drawbacks. Okay, let's talk about the not-so-great stuff. No product is perfect, and the Apple Watch Series 10 is no exception. First up, battery life. Apple claims up to 18 hours of battery life on a single charge, but that's under ideal conditions. In my experience, you're more likely to get around a full day of use before needing to reach for the charger. That's not bad, but it does mean that you'll need to charge it every night. Another thing to consider is the price. The Series 10 is a premium smartwatch, and it comes with a premium price tag. While you definitely get what you pay for in terms of build quality, features, and performance, it's still a significant investment. If you're on a tight budget, there are more affordable smartwatches out there. Just keep in mind that you'll likely be sacrificing some features and performance. Section 6, My time with the Series 10, a personal take. Alright, let's get personal. I've been using the Series 10 for a few weeks now, and I've got to say, I'm impressed. It's become an indispensable part of my daily routine. I use it for everything from checking notifications and controlling my music to tracking my workouts and monitoring my sleep. The always-on display is a game changer, and the new S10 chip makes everything feel incredibly fast and fluid. One thing I've noticed is that I'm using my phone less and less. The Series 10 lets me stay connected without having to pull my phone out of my pocket every few minutes. It's incredibly liberating, and it's made me more mindful of my phone usage. The health and fitness tracking features are top-notch. The Series 10 is the most advanced and refined smartwatch I've ever used, and it's become an essential part of my everyday life.